You are listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard.
Well, hey guys. This is Tomes of the Chaos Bard. I am DM Dave. And to the left I have...
Henley. Udro.
Lila Garotha.
Roscoe.
And Fenrir.
Well, let's hear what happened last time. We'll turn our time over to Fenrir.
Well, we started out with discovering that Henley's bow can shoot like messages. And then I also remembered I had a arrow that I needed to send to the councilwoman back in Avalon. And so we did that. And then after that, Boudreaux recapped his dream from episode, or didn't like recap it, but Boudreaux was remembering and talking about what happened in his dream to Henley and remembered a scratch on his bottle of swamp water. And then we left the Mycadid group and continued on and ran into some rust monsters where Thorin lived up to his name and squashed 3 out of the 4. And that, yeah.
All right, thank you, Fenrir. Yeah, this is just right after the rust monsters attack. So everybody, I'm guessing, is maybe take a little short rest here, kind of regroup.
I want to do a Arcana check, question mark? Yeah,
Okay.
let's go down. On my armor to see why it didn't rust.
Okay,
And he bit you.
make me a...
I got the attack on it, but
Right.
nothing happened to it.
Right, go ahead and make me an Arcana check. Okay, while you roll that, I'm going to switch over to Lila and Grotha here for a second. So with all that, kind of what you mentioned a little bit last time, Lila Grotha may not be there.
Maybe.
Okay.
No, I'm not there.
You're not there?
I'm not there. So I got a little upsetty spaghetti. Thanks for, I'm going to use Ivan's word usage there. I got a little upset because I was useless in the battle. And I'm not thinking with a clear head. And so I kind of just got upset and kept going.
Okay. So this... Okay. Now that I have that, I'm going to switch back over to them real fast, and then we'll get on to you.
Cool.
What'd you get, Roscoe?
19.
19. Kind of thinking about it, right? You have your armor, you're thinking about the rust monsters and something, and you might come to the conclusion, or you could assume that maybe because it's a magical item, has some magic to it, that's possibly why it didn't corrode like it normally would.
So my smokiness was helpful after all.
After all.
Sweet. All right.
Okay. Let's jump back over to Lila and Garotha.
Okay, David.
Okay. So you, let's see. It wouldn't be too long down the path. So we'll say they're still fighting. You're getting like, I'm just going to storm off over here. But you, down this path, there's really not much going on.
Okay.
The carvings on the walls are gone now. They've been gone for a little bit. You guys have been traveling. Before you ran into the rust monsters, you guys have been traveling about 2 hours into your travels.
Okay.
So you do end up running into another split in the path. Would you like to choose which path you want to go, or wait for the rest of the group?
Don't look at me like that.
As all our eyes fixate.
I'm trying to decide what my character would do. So Lila's Garotha's upset because she was useless in the battle. Lila feels hurt because everybody, including Thorin, sounds like was of some use there. So I feel like I need to make myself useful, so I'm going to keep going and use the excuse that I'm trying to scout ahead, even though I probably am the worst person to try and do that.
Okay, so you have two, it kind of forks. Do you want to take the left path or the right path?
Well, tell me what they look like, David.
They look like paths.
Congratulations.
There's rock walls. The ground's a little rocky.
Does one look slightly more worn or anything like that than another? Is there any other indications that there has like been recent movement down one more than the other? Do you want me to do a perception check?
Yeah,
Or
let's go,
something?
let's roll an investigation check.
Okay. 13.
Okay. It's kind of hard to tell because the floor does have dirt on it, but there's also rock underneath there. But it seems like the path to the right may have more footprints. You can't tell what was walking through, but you can tell that there's scuffs on the rocks, and so dirt has been moved. But you can't tell how long,
How
it's
recent
been
it
there
was.
or anything. But it does look like someone was down the right path.
Okay. I'm going to go down there, but thinking slightly ahead in that somebody might realize that I'm not there. I want to leave something in a fairly obvious spot that would say, oh, this is Lila's. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What would you like to leave? Or
Um,
mark the wall or whatever. How do you want to do that?
A lot of piece of chalk. Lila went that way.
right. I don't know. I was like, why don't? Is there anything
Lila
around?
was here.
Lila was here. I want to draw a heart and put Boudreaux and my initials in it. No.
Whoa! I know. I was thinking you would leave a half-eaten carrot.
I don't have that anymore. You ate it.
I know.
And it would be spoiled by now.
It might be a little wrinkly, but it could still be there. I've done it before.
Gross.
You don't even know the half of what I've done.
Gross. No, I'm gonna leave. So I have like a signet ring that I have.
Okay.
It's like family crest,
Okay.
basically. So I'll just put that, obviously not like in the center, but off to the side a little bit. But where I think it's gonna be in an obvious spot. That's mine.
On going right, there is like cracks in the walls and stuff, so
Okay.
you could set it probably on one of those rock ledges, maybe eye level, if you would like.
My eye level or somebody else's
Your
eye?
eye level.
Okay.
Pretty close to my eye level.
Yeah.
2
Okay.
feet shorter. No, you're like 3 feet,
Yeah.
Roscoe?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like a foot shorter then.
Yeah. So I'll do that.
Okay, and you head down that road. Jumping back to the group, the bug monsters are now squished. Roscoe's trying to figure out what's going on with his armor. He's like, I got hit, but nothing happened. What would you guys like to do?
I'm assuming at this point we've all kind of gone back into the center of the cave for a minute. So I'll probably just, being Roscoe, do a head count and ask if everybody's okay and inevitably realize that this one's missing.
What I do.
Yep, where's Lila? Lila was here. Now she's not.
Just asking, has anybody seen Lila Grotha?
I mean, she was behind me when I started attacking the monster, and so she must have kept going.
Isn't she on your side?
Yeah, but she was behind Fenrir. And I was busy trying to not get eaten. So she must have just wandered off again.
Say it like you like me. Gosh.
So I'm just be like, all right, well, is there anything else anyone wants to do here, or should we go find Lila Grotha?
Let's just move on.
Yeah, we gotta go find Lila. What the heck?
Well,
Can I
and
loot the bodies?
There's nothing to lose.
Okay.
You want some goopies?
and we're on a time
Legs.
crunch, even if we
Right.
take the shorter path.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so we're moving on.
Okay. So you guys are able to walk. There's really only one path to go. What's the marching order? Well, here's the question. Who's in first and who's in last?
I would probably be in first still because I've got the map and everything. And
Okay.
I'm again behind all the short people.
And I'm with Thorn.
Okay.
And I've generally been last.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, you guys end up being in that forked area. Roll me, so Roscoe, and who would be behind Roscoe?
Hurla.
It would have been Thorin last time, or Hurla.
If it was the same marching order, it would have been
Thorin.
Thorin and then Boudreaux.
Okay. So Thorin, Boudreaux, and Boudreaux. Roscoe, Boudreaux, and Thorin.
There's
all
two
have-
Boudreaux? That'd be
Ta-da.
cool.
One has
do
a
this to
large
me.
green eye.
David? Oh, what are you doing?
Roll me an investigation check. Okay, what'd you guys roll? Boudreaux?
17.
17.
I rolled an 11,
Okay.
but I would like to petition for advantage because knowing that she is missing, when we get to that path, I would be looking. I want to, specifically be looking for a way to identify which way she went. Like it's because I know she's gone one or the other, so I'm looking for her or something identifiable for her. If not, that's fine.
Yeah, I think I would. If Boudreaux wouldn't have beaten the DC that I had set, I would let you roll a thing, but he's going to be able to
Okay.
figure it out.
Cheers.
Thank you.
That's
So you're kind of looking
anyways.
at the ground. You're kind of focused on the ground, trying to figure out, okay, which way does she go? Thorin, he's enjoying the.
half-eaten maul in his hand.
He's very concerned about his maul because it does have a decent chunk out of it. So that's a good excuse for him to not pay attention to what's going on.
Wait, what did he roll?
He rolled a 3.
He's
not-
only there for battle.
Well, it's funny because the previous battle he wasn't that great, but this battle he was really good. So, Boudreaux, you are looking, and you see,
Are you
I'm smelling.
Are you sniffing me out?
you sniff that ring out.
I got. Sorry, that's my own voice. I found it! I found it!
Wait, what do you smell?
Two really nice smells.
You're never gonna tell me, are you?
Come on, we want to know.
What if I go? La,
Will
la,
you
la, la, la,
show
la?
me?
No.
See,
This
the
is
thing
the
of it is
perfect
she doesn't
opportunity.
actually know.
Oh, no, I know.
Hey, Boudreaux, I want to know how Lila smells.
Look, I think I honestly actually forgot. Let me look at my notes.
You sent it to me like forever ago.
I did, we talked about it not that long
David,
ago,
you knew
too.
and you haven't told me?
Yeah, I didn't know. Do I know now? No, but I knew then.
And it makes perfect sense, the smells.
Oh
but
yeah, I really like the smells, but I do not remember.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember what Fenrir smelled like. Did we?
Oh,
Mint. He
look, I
spelled
have
like
it
mint.
right here.
Yeah, but
I
don't tell
spelled
him.
it wrong, though.
No, yeah.
I actually spelled it the same way I would spell your name instead of the flowers. Okay. So he sniffs. Now, why do I have to say?
You don't have to.
You don't, I
We're
want
just
to
harassing
know.
Because it's a good opportunity and it's
Player
been a
knowledge, I
while.
wanna know.
But the thing.
But Lila and
this is-
Grotha will never know.
Oh, okay. Player knowledge. I'll let you guys have it. But
You don't
it's-
have to, Elsie.
It's player knowledge. So he's like, and he smells lilacs and ginger, and he.
Okay.
I'll accept that.
All right.
And I accidentally spelled lilacs with a Y instead of an I. Actually.
I love that. That's how Buja's actually going to spell lilacs.
Yeah.
Probably because I always know how to spell your name before anything. Anyway,
And Ginger is Grotha.
you don't know.
Spicy.
Who's who? Maybe it is.
Yeah, maybe it's switched.
We'll
Anyway.
never know.
That's the secret.
So he finds the ring and he's like, I found it! I found the ring! She must have gone this way.
And as you point down and look down the tunnel, you see this kind of large creature with a large green eye, and you just see the long pointed clawed finger gesture you down the tunnel.
How does Boudreaux feel? Scared?
That's up to you.
How does Bujo feel?
Do I still feel comforted? No, okay.
you just see this creature, I'll let you decide like what you do to react. Roscoe.
Would any of us see said creature as she would have been saying, hey, she went this way?
I did point.
He.
Whatever. He said he went this way. Is this something that only Boudreaux sees? Or would I be able
How
to...
soon do you look up?
Well, I mean, I'm looking for Lila.
Right.
So I would
I
imagine...
imagine you like more looking on the ground.
Right. But as soon as he said something, I probably would have at least looked up towards him. And even if I didn't see the creature, I'd imagine I would catch some sort of a reaction. So
Yeah, so this is how I imagine it going.
Okay.
So he's like, aha, I found it. They went that away, and you maybe looked up to see what he found. But once you look down, you don't see anything.
Okay.
And
Okay,
the
so-
creature is gone.
I see the creature, and I think I am honestly stand there in shock, which would probably be a little weird for you guys, because I'm like, that way! And then I just kind of stop, and then I like put the ring on my finger. I wonder if it fits, question mark. I put it
No.
on as far as possible.
How do you know it doesn't fit?
I imagine Boudreaux having very
I have-
sausage
Yep.
fingers.
I was actually going to say
So
sausage.
it could fit on his pinky if it fit.
maybe
on
halfway
the-
through the pinky.
Yeah, so I stick it on my little pinky, and
Toe, pinky toe.
no, he's not going to take off his boots. You don't want to know what happens when he takes off his boots. He doesn't take off his boots.
Birds start falling from the sky.
Poison spray. That's really all he does.
That's where it comes from.
We already talked about where poison spray comes from, and it comes from eating beans. Guys,
That's his cover up.
The beans that he keeps in his shoes.
feet are for emergencies only. Anyway, so dramaticness, guys. Okay, so he puts it on his little pinky, and then he's like, she went this way. And he's going to lead him down well, he might walk beside Roscoe.
Yep. Okay.
As his hound dog.
No, I'm not sniffing anymore. And I'm holding the gourd.
Okay. So you guys noticed kind of that change of emotion of Boudreaux?
Yeah, I want to roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I did good again. 18.
Okay. Yeah, you get that comfort feeling again.
Okay,
As you start pondering about things, you get that subsiding feeling.
got it.
As we're walking, I would like to compare to the map.
It's going the same way.
Yes, for once, it works in our favor.
Okay, Lila. As you are traveling down, you could probably hear Boudreaux say, she went this way. Because I'm imagining you said it kind of loudly. So you kind of hear that echo. So you look back, but kind of like you're looking forward and you hear it, so you kind of glance back, but then you look forward again, and you can kind of see some kind of little flickering, almost like a flame, coming out of the side of the wall about probably 30 feet in front of you. It's very, very faint, but you know how you turn your head sometimes and something catches the corner of your eye? That's kind of how it happens.
So, I'm gonna obviously be turning my head to the side and then turn back. Is it still there?
Yes. Because now you can see it and your focus is like, how did I miss that before?
I'm gonna draw one of my hand axes, just as like a reaction to it, and try and stealth forward,
Okay, roll me a stealth.
which is really bad. Well, it's not that horrible, but it's not great. Well, it's true. It's a 21.
Nice. So you're able to stealth up. As you get closer, you can kind of hear this muffled voice. What languages do you know?
I know Common, Undercommon, Dwarvish, Orc, Gnomish, and Halfling.
Okay. So as you get closer, you can kind of hear this mumbling, but it's mumbling that you don't understand. But
Okay.
it is kind of a mumbling that you have heard before, and it's Goblin.
Okay.
Within that time, you're kind of being slow and sneaking up, and you can start hearing your comrades coming. Thorin's being Thorin. He's kind of just chit-chatting, looking at the pretty rocks on the side of the wall, and describing what these rocks are. He's kind of a rock enthusiast, you could say.
Classic dwarf. I'm gonna roll my eyes at that. No.
Okay. But they are being kind of noisy.
Okay, I want to try and sneak back if I can.
Yep.
To warn them and to.
You rolled high enough that I'll allow that
'Kay.
to keep going. So Roscoe, you're kind of paying attention to the map, paying attention where you're going, and you turn this corner, and there's Lila.
Hey.
I'm just. I'm gonna put a finger up to my lips. Listen, like. Shut it.
I think yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Interpret, David.
You miss Lila, and
Yeah,
you
no.
think she's beautiful.
Maybe
her
that's
a
what
hug.
happened in my brain. Okay, so I grab her at the shoulders if she lets me.
He can grab my shoulders, but I'm gonna immediately put my hand over his mouth.
Smart.
And seeing that reaction, I will like.
Well, wait. Oh,
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just pass it back. That I'll turn to Fenrir or whoever's Thorin and be like,
Oh yeah.
pass it on so
so
that
you
everybody
lightly,
quiets down.
you gotta voice that.
I'm gonna smack Thorin in the face and say, "Shut up."
Okay, there you go.
Pass it on as he turns around and smacks Kath in the head.
Pass
Or
it on.
on the thigh.
Shut up.
So then,
Henley just rubs her temples.
so as she has my mouth covered, Boudreaux puts his hands over his head and onto his forehead in a circle, trying to imitate an eye. And he looks at her.
And I'm gonna have a confused look on my face. And I'm like,
Are you gonna take your hand off of my mouth?
I'm gonna go put my finger up to my lips and go,
Shh. Have you seen the eye? Sorry, the eye.
all I saw was nothing but what I heard. Something that sounded a whole lot like that goblin that we saw on the plains.
Shh. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, just.
What's going on?
No, I.
Shh. I'm just asking what's going on.
We don't know. Just follow us.
Okay.
Boudreaux's gonna ready in action.
Okay, what does Boudreaux want to ready?
I don't actually know.
Okay, well, you think about that, and let me know what you readied.
Okay.
And I
Lila,
have my
are you-
Glavith ready.
Okay. Are you leading him back to the crevice?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, I need some sneaky tests. Or sneaky rolls.
So are we going into
And
the
was
crevice
the-
or are we passing the crevice?
I also need to know if the information was passed back of what's
Ooh.
ahead.
I know what I'm going to ready.
Okay,
Do you want to know?
go ahead, tell me.
Sanctuary.
Okay, we'll get to that one.
So they were right next to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
You heard. Did you pass it on?
Yeah. Well, I will say something's ahead. Proceed cautiously, quietly, be ready.
Okay. So everybody knows to be weary. Let's
And-
have those stealth.
Sorry, Henley, are you the only one with the message activated on the ring?
Fenrir too.
Fenrir has it too.
Okay. So I will also do it that way.
Okay.
Just because I know he's at the back and I know how telephone works.
Yeah. That's part of the, yeah. I would say that's part of the reason why I'm at the back.
Is because
I'm at
we
the
can
back, she's in the
communicate
middle, you're
super
in the
quick
front.
between the three of us and get it through the group. I like that.
Yeah.
Strategy, man.
Okay. So yeah, let's get some stealth checks from everybody.
Or better not
JK.
mess it up this time.
I changed my mind. I'm going
No,
to do
you actually
shield.
rolled really well.
Okay.
Are you serious? I'm rolling so good.
Abby, did you crit fail?
Yeah.
What?
She's too busy with her new bow and stuff.
Ooh, pretty.
I mean,
No.
I got a natural 20.
Who's
if
in front
crit
of you?
Failed.
Thorin? Thorin's in front of you, so he tripped you up.
We'll just blame Thorin instead of my dice.
You make up the reason. You
No,
rolled
that's a good
one.
idea.
Also, I'm gonna do Shield of Faith instead.
Dave did some serious eye rolling over there.
Yeah, I did. So you got a 1, Abby?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I already used my luck.
You already used your luck. I need to roll. Let's see. I'll roll for the person behind you. Did you mess them up? No, they're still okay. Boudreaux, what'd you get?
19 plus something. I didn't look.
Okay, that's fine.
And natural 20.
Natural 20, boom.
My disadvantage was a 17.
Nice.
14.
14. Okay, everybody was successful. And it almost seems like when Henley stumbles, knocking into the person, stumbles and making the other person behind her, you hear kind of a loud, "Achoo!" coming down from where the voices were coming from. They rolled a 1 on their perception. So, you're welcome. That's why I rolled my eyes. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Stupid. Okay. Everybody, like, stares at Hanley for a minute. And you guys continue on forward.
I'm going to put my finger up to my lips and go.
Welcome to Tomes of the Chaos Bard mid-show break. I am your host, Rupert Bumpkin, from the Rocky Talkie Gnome Radio Network. First item of business is the 5-star reviews. Remember that Solemn will give you a shout-out and read your review on Solemn's column. Then he will review your review. It's great fun. Second is the Ko-Fi. This is our Patreon merchandise store. You can purchase keychains, coloring pages, and MP3s of our songs. You can also commission to feed the cast, or write a letter to Dear Boudreaux. If you are interested in becoming a patron, there are 3 tiers, each with varying rewards, including a full post show, DM Dave's deep dives, and coloring activity book with exclusive art. Go to ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard. That is Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard, and help us grow. And last but not least, the biggest way you can help us is share us with your friends and family. That is all, folks. Back to the show.
As you guys get closer, you can hear some of this mumbling. And this crevice that you come into, so it's almost like a hole inside of this wall. Mm-hmm. The hole is not very big. The majority of the party can fit through it, but some of the bigger party members, like Keth, would struggle or may not be able to get through it. As you guys, so this hole, only 4 people can kind of get around it. 5-ish with Roscoe, because he can fit within everybody's. But kind of straining to look inside, about 4 creatures can look inside. You guys peek inside, and there's just this small little fire in this little area. Upon looking, you see 3 armored figures. You see 2 large bugbears in half-plate armor with the Trigroven emblem on their chest, leaning against the wall adjacent. One seems to be falling asleep, and the other one is picking its teeth with a dagger. The last figure you see is a goblin in black leather armor with the Trigroven emblem on his chest. The goblin is pacing impatiently, and as he walks, you notice he walks more upright than most goblins, for goblins are normally hunched over. He walks straight with an air of arrogance about him. As he walks, you notice he is always twitching as he plays with a dagger, as he tosses it in the air, then back and forth from his hands, and making some attacks in the air. What would you guys like to do? And the goblin's kind of mumbling to himself this whole time.
Can Henley understand what the goblin is saying without being, like, right up next to it?
She'll need to get closer to see if she has a chance.
I will try and get closer.
Yeah, so I will message her through the ring and say, interpret.
Okay. Through the ring. But also a thumbs up.
There's a little thumbs up that just pops up out of the ring.
Ding! Emoji! I can't roll higher. Don't give me new dice.
She will ruin them.
These aren't new dice.
It is a 8 plus 7
It's 15.
for my stealth, so 15.
That's pretty good. So you're able to get next to it. Who else wants to stay? Roscoe?
I will be for sure.
Oh, well.
Okay. Fenrir, no?
Fenrir wouldn't. I don't.
And this one, Lila Grotha.
Why would I be able?
Well, because you're A at the front and B a heavy hitter, and C you're already there.
I'm not ranged, though. If you want to attack, I'm not ranged.
We're not attacking right now. Right now we're spying.
Okay, fine. Fine.
I mean, Thorin could nose his way in instead.
I think I would have her there just because she was the one that followed them and, realized they were there. So it just, for Roscoe's thinking, it makes sense.
Okay, that's fine. Like, if you, were like, okay, come on, I would probably go, but, I wouldn't actively be like,
Get over here.
I'm going to be in the middle of this.
Okay, so Henley's there. Boudreaux, you said you're going to be there. Roscoe and
Lila.
Lila, thank you. And you're not?
I don't think he'd be peering in. He would probably.
Would you be at least listening in?
Yeah,
or-
I mean, I try to listen.
Okay.
I try to listen, and I imagine she's interpreting through the ring.
Yeah, so when she gets up there, I'm going to point at the ring and be like, hand gestures like.
Okay.
What were those hand
For the
gestures?
record, I just pointed at my ear and then my mouth and then my ring and made a little funny.
Great
Coffee.
for an audio podcast.
Yeah. Sign language, Roscoe style.
Rather than going,
Okay, so you hear Henley, make me a perception check.
Ew. 15 plus 6.
Okay, you hear him. He's just mumbling impatiently, as in where are they? Where are they? They should have been here by now. They should have been here by now. And through doing one of his toss-ups, he slashes at the air with his dagger. He's like, "Grr! Where are they? They were supposed to be here by now." Then you hear a female voice in the darkness, and in Elvish you hear. So those who know Elvish that are in listening,
and not me either, don't feel bad.
Do you know Elvish?
but you did state you were trying to
I
listen.
just said I was trying to listen.
So make me a perception check.
Can I just turn my ring on
It
broadcast?
would have made more sense for me to know Elvish than Halfling.
However, D&D Beyond did just update the Ranger, so I'm trying to update. I might be able to speak Elvish here soon.
They updated the Barbarian.
I got a
that's why was doing
25.
The same thing. It's like, oh, no,
Okay.
no.
So you're able to hear what the elf says. So everybody else doesn't know what the elf says. You hear, "You goblins were never known for your patience." For those who can see in, out of the darkness, you see this tall drow woman. Dark complexion, long pointed ears that point back and down. She has long white hair. The hair on the side of her head is braided in several small braids against her head, pulled back to a long braid down her back. Her metal armor is detailed and inlaid with silver web-like designs. 4 male drow approach behind her with similar armor, but without this silver inlays. 2 of the drow have swords and shields that are drawn. The 2 others have swords at their sides, but with their bows out. The female drow has a shield on her back and a long sword at her side. You see the goblin kind of give a half-toothy smile. "Captain," and this is now in Elvish, but kind of a rough Elvish.
I'll translate.
Okay, through your ring? Okay. "Captain Nashali, I presume. I am Drikt. I am here on behalf of my master. They sent a pawn to speak to me? Why does your leader desire to send insult?" I apologize, Captain Nashali, but my master is currently occupied. Therefore, I was sent in his stead. Though I may look like a pawn, Captain, but I assure you, it is only looks. Yes, I heard your leader was occupied. Sitting in a jail cell can be very busy work. Word travels fast, even underground, I see. A minor setback. As we speak, he is being released. He sent me ahead to receive your answer. Very well. My Countess is interested in the alliance. However, there will be a few adjustments to the agreement. And those are? There are a group of dissenters from our people that have refused to serve the Countess and accept her as Lolth's chosen. They fled to the south to hide under the Ramun Narua. For those who know Elvish, that is Elvish for the storm mumbling plains, which will be familiar to Fenrir. You know those plains as the plains next to Greenleaf, your hometown. For the Countess to agree to the terms, they need to be eliminated. What? You can't do it yourself? This is a way you can prove to the Countess that you are on our side, that we can trust you. Our kinds have not gotten along in the past. That is a lot to ask for. Sending an army down south would bring a lot of unwanted attention. We can provide underground passage. We have been slowly pushing the Ankegs further south to open new tunnels and passageways. Oh, using the Ankegs to dig for you while you remain unseen. You drow are a lot smarter than you look. At that comment, you see one of the guards next to the drow lady, Nashali, start to move forward in an aggressive stance, but Nashali pushes him back. And when this task is done, you will have the alliance your leader seeks. And once his goals are achieved, we reach ours. Yours? Another adjustment to the agreement. After your leader gains his home back, we seek ours back as well. Our home that is now called Rockstead. The mountains were once stolen from us by the dwarves. I will take this back to my master and let him know. As his lieutenant and representative, I see no reason to not agree to your adjustment to the alliance. Our goals are one. We rise together. We will meet again when the dissenters are taken care of. No survivors. Dead tell no tale. We will be in contact. At that, the drow turn and walk back into the darkness and disappear. The goblin turns to his companions and speaks in Goblin. Now, let's go, maggots. We must report. You hear some mumblings and some disgruntles from the bugbears as they leave down a far tunnel, kind of adjacent, kind of where they were standing, adjacent. They head down a tunnel that direction. What would you guys like to do?
Really quick, what was the name of that goblin leader, the hobgoblin's leader?
Dreet.
Dreet.
So it's D-R-E-E-K-T.
Fine.
And they moved.
And he was captain, lieutenant.
Lieutenant. Well, yeah. That would have translated to lieutenant. Yeah, so you
Away
guys...
from us.
Yes.
Right, okay.
They went down a left adjacent tunnel that direction.
Like, let's go. Like, that's not a fight we can win with Thoughtville.
So I'm gonna look like as I'm assuming like moving away. I'm gonna look between the three of them and say, "Anybody want to fill me in what just happened? Because that was a whole bunch of gibberish that I just heard."
Like, in a minute. Quiet.
Henley is just eyes wide because she knows who the person is in jail. That is the leader, and we know that Colbath is supposed to be the leader.
So who's the
Henley?
person in jail?
Drinked.
Wait, she didn't say that information out loud. She was just thinking
Or
it.
did she?
Did you say that out loud? That would be the first question.
She will say out loud, their leader isn't Colbath. They said that their leader was in jail.
Wait, was that something that was said in Elvish? Right.
He was translating it through the ring.
Oh, okay.
The hobgoblin that is in jail in Avalon, who was supposedly conspiring against Colbath. We just got
Oh, right.
evidence that is true. And they're working with the Drow, which is really, really bad.
Right. So at this... Oh, go ahead.
Do I know what drow are?
Yes.
At this, I
Garotha
will...
would know.
Okay.
I would kind of motion to her so I could, like, bring her over and be like, hey, I'll fill you in.
I can't remember that hobgoblin's name.
Lordak.
Lordak. Thank you.
Okay. So if he's gonna fill me in, I say let's do it on the go. We still are on a time crunch for everything else. So I'm gonna hang back with him.
Yeah, as we're going, though, because with that information, I'm going to ask Fenrir if he's got any more arrows to the
Yes.
lady. And when you have a moment, we need to send this information to her. She needs to know what's happening.
Okay.
And then we'll just keep trekking.
Which direction in the map do we need to go?
It actually follows the direction
We are going,
Oh,
we're
the
going in the right
goblins.
direction.
of the goblins. That's the way it wants to take you.
Maybe we should consider killing them.
I mean, I don't know if we're going to have a choice. We have to go that way.
I mean, if we're gonna do it, though, we might as well do it now before we get to all the big ones, eh?
I mean, you're not wrong. But we also want to let them get far enough down the tunnel that the drow don't hear them in combat either. Because I don't want those three in front and 4 drow coming up behind us.
Fair.
So let's follow them for a few minutes and then eliminate them.
I
But
have no
do you
idea what's
think-
going on.
That, and he quietly points to Thorin, who is currently occupied by a rock or something.
No,
He's trying to find a rock to fit in the broken piece of his maul.
Yeah, I like that.
Accurate.
I like that.
And he's like, do you really think that this guy is gonna make it so we can't get them before they hear us?
If he doesn't know we're going to fight someone until we're ready to fight someone, he won't make a whole lot of noise.
All right.
But
Roscoe, he hadn't shut up since we left.
That's true.
we should try and keep Lieutenant Dreekt alive, though.
And do what with him?
Hey, Boudreaux, do you have
to
anything
him.
sticky?
Yeah, my spit.
Do you have any left of that peanut butter?
What you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna see if it'll stick this rock to this hole.
No, we're gonna eat that peanut butter because that's all I have left.
Fine.
Do you want to eat or
I
you
wish
want
I
to...
was close to a forge. I could get this finished.
Benny, why don't you write that thing up while they're arguing real quick?
Okay.
Like we will, and while they're arguing about peanut butter and you're riding, I'll tell him there's like we can definitely keep him alive. I mean,
I just want to talk to him.
Till we're done talking with him. But we're not taking prisoners right
No.
now. I don't have a way to transport prisoners.
I thought Drink was the one that was in jail back in
Lordak is the
Lordak.
one in jail.
Drink is the leader that was right there. So
the little.
I wasn't planning on taking him alive. I just want to talk to him.
Nobody worried about the bugbears over there? Nobody.
They're stupid. They're beefy, but they're stupid.
we took on a troll. We'll be okay.
Boudreaux takes out some rope and helps him tie together his small little
While he's riding, I would like
He doesn't have
to.
any spider webs.
Because I'm like,
Right.
I don't know about this, so I'm just gonna casually be putting silver onto my ring,
Okay.
until it chirps at me that I've paid my dues.
Okay. So you're doing that at one at a time?
Well, I mean, like I've got handfuls. I'm pulling out, just like I'll pull out a handful and kind of just do.
Okay.
And just while I'm waiting for him, I'm not really keeping track. I assume at some point
You'll hear
it
something.
will like
or-
vibrate or a little. Congratulations, you've unlocked level 3.
Okay. Yeah, you do get that sensation. You have unlocked level 3.
Does my ring change color? What's it look like? What's happening?
It goes to a silver color.
Like, look, guys, I've got the one ring.
No, that's just a silver ring.
Yeah, what's up with your ring?
It's silver. Means I can now punch those war creatures and do damage.
Oh, that's yeah.
Also, it does things. I don't know quite what it'll do. I mean, I get something out of it once a day,
What
that,
is it?
that unlocks the random item.
and I'm gonna tap it. Just like I think this is how this works. Tap.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I think you've been swindled.
Oh wait,
I'm gonna
is this
twist
the
it 3
Swindell ring?
times.
I twisted 3 times. You suddenly get this voice in your head. And it's like, "Hello, adventurer. I see that you have unlocked one of the stages of the random item feature of this. So, here is how this will go. Depending on how much money you put in is the higher of a chance you get a very valuable item. But
on,
you
you
will
gotta
only
pay
be
for
able to use it within one 24-hour period. Then the item will disappear. However, if you wish to purchase said item and keep it for as long as you want, become the true owner of said item, you may purchase it for the value of the item. The first level that you will be able to unlock will be 150 silver. The next levels go up to 300, 450, and up in that way and method.
So, for clarification for me, is that every time that I want to use that, I have to pay 150 silver?
Correct. To get to kind of start the random item appearing.
So like, I've paid the 275
That was to unlock the
to
level.
unlock it, and now I pay 150.
Correct.
Okay. So can I use just level 1, or do I have to pay 150 every day that I want to use that?
Every day you want a random item, you have to pay 150.
So not worth it.
You've been
But
swindled.
you have a chance to, like, for example, just throwing it out there, if by chance the random item is a bag of holding, you can use it for that 24 hours and then it'll disappear, or you have the opportunity to buy said item.
Is it discounted at that point?
As of right now, you don't know.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna be like, guys, I got to make a call.
Not right now. Whatever you can do, you gotta wait.
No, this needs to happen right now. He's still writing a letter. I have 2 minutes.
No, he's done.
No, he's still writing a letter, right, Fenrir?
How long has it been?
Right, Fenrir?
I'm looking at Roscoe and I'm like, yeah, I'm still writing. How long has it been?
So,
How long
okay,
have I
so
been
I'm
writing?
gonna step out.
You're probably done with the letter.
Okay.
And
You're kind of an expert of writing things.
Yeah.
So
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's only
Yeah.
been a couple minutes. I'm like,
yeah, you're done.
I think me and Thorn are like standing on his hammer trying to tie it as tightly as possible right now. We're like,
Walk back out into the hall.
Okay.
Say, Swindell, my friend, I need your help.
And a few moments later, he's like, "Hello, hello, who is calling me?"
It's Roscoe.
Roscoe. Oh yes, Roscoe, my main man. I did see that you have unlocked level 3.
Yeah, let's talk about this a little bit.
Yes.
Your prices are outrageous. We're going to start with that.
But my services are outrageous as well.
You're not wrong. You're lucky I like you.
Oh.
I have a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
I pay 150 silver right now.
Yep.
First off, I better be getting something worthwhile.
It's all a game of chance. You could say that you roll a couple dice and see what you get.
Okay, but it's still got to be a minimum worthwhile quality.
They do range. The reason why I have it at such a steep price, as you say, is that you range from kind of mundane things to very valuable things.
If I get a very valuable thing, as you say, and I decide I want to keep it, does the 150 that I've already paid go towards that?
Unfortunately, no, but you do get a very good discount on it.
And what sort of discount are we talking here?
Oh, it depends on the rarity of the item, of course. How hard it was for me to achieve it, how hard it is
So the
for me
better
to...
it is, the less the discount.
That is correct, sir, because it does take me a lot of work to procure said things.
You're so mad right now.
Like, I want you to know, sir, that I'm a little frustrated with you.
I'm sorry that I had frustrated you, my friend.
I'm about to go continue, destroying evil. And I was really relying on this ring for a little bit of support without completely bankrupting me.
Well, what happens when you just do the 150? Maybe it will save your life. You don't know what item you're going
Can
to
I get
receive.
a refund if I don't use it? If I get the magic item and it's completely useless to me and I don't use it, can I return it for even 50% refund?
I'm sorry, that is not how it works. But let me inform you of a little detail that I have about these rings. So, after you achieve probably about 5... Yes.
Is all of this happening, like, in my head, or how is this happening? I just want to know.
We'll do it in your head.
Okay. So all these people,
Well-
if anyone's watching right now, is just watching me, like, shake my finger aggressively in the air and, like,
like-
point at my ring and be like,
I always thought that this was like a "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope" kind of thing. Like,
It is sometimes.
It depends on how he wants to manifest himself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It all depends on...
he could be in the shower right now.
at this point, Fenrir is taking the arrow and shooting in the air.
Okay, same thing as before. Sparkle, sparkle, scent. Let me inform you of a little detail about these rings. They can be very valuable to you. After doing 5 of these random loot things, random item things, you will get an opportunity to possibly earn lots of money or jewels or even a special item yourself. There's these little creatures that sometimes steal and swindle a little bit. I call them swipers.
Swiper, no swiping.
and I instantly went to Treasure Goblins from Diablo.
Yeah, but the name. It's swiper,
And so
no
they
swiping.
will appear at random points after your 5 purchases, and whatever they drop, if you're able to kill them in time, you get what is in their sack.
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to take your word on this.
My word is my bond.
Your bond is iffy right now. You and I are on shaky ground, Swindell. I want you to know this. But I'm going to roll with you for a little bit because, I don't know, there's something about you.
I get that quite often, more than you think you know.
Oh, I have no doubt.
But I haven't become the merchant that I am because I've not been a good businessman.
Just like, And knowing what's ahead of us, and knowing that I don't handle my money well, and knowing what sort of money is still like we've gathered that we haven't divvied up, I'm gonna put 150 on my ring. But I'm gonna keep you on the phone, Swindell, while I do this.
On
Okay.
the phone. What's a phone?
I don't know. I'm gonna keep you in my brain, Swindell, while we
Ring.
do this. Keep you on my ring, and I'm gonna throw in a 150. I was like, do I get a same day discount or guarantee for using it for the first time on the same day, like an activation awesomeness or something like that? Not activation guarantee. I really need something that can help me right now. And I just gave you 400 and some odd silver.
I think roll a persuasion for me.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna be talking to
Yeah.
Fenny. Yeah.
I'll be filling her in on all the conversations that took place in Goblin and in Elvish.
Before you start, that should do it. That should do it. Shake it around a little bit.
He like shakes it around, tapping it on the ground, and he's like, "Aha! It worked!" And then the rock falls off.
The bow comes undone.
Yep.
Oh, dang.
So now, Lila, you do know about the drow underneath the plains,
Okay.
and that's close to your Lila's home as well, down south.
It all upsets me because I know where they're talking about in regards to the dwarves too.
And I'm just sitting out there in the hall shaking.
And Keth and Hurla are kind of just chilling.
2 dwarves chilling here. How many dwarves does it take to fix a hammer?
Oh, after he tells me, can I go over and just hand him like the
A piece of gold?
Here, try this. No, I'm just kidding.
For your troubles, it
Okay, what was your roll, Roscoe?
was a natural 20.
You're very
He's like,
persuasive.
Well, here's what I can do for you.
I've been good to you, sir. Remember this.
And remember that I have been good for you as well.
I would like
but
to-
you are a valued customer, and I know that you will return time and time again, and I would hate to ruin our relationship. So, what I will give you is I'll let you roll twice, and let you choose which item you wish to keep.
I will
For the
take
24-hour period, of course.
I will take that.
I'll take both.
Okay, I will have... So, Evan, roll me a D100.
Ooh. I don't know which one. They're going to use the big heavy
Hey,
guys.
mine's been rolling really good. You want to try it? No? Okay.
That is a 61.
Okay. This potion bottle looks familiar to you, as it is a potion of climbing. Roll
We
again.
have one of those, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of those.
No, we have a
Something like
climber's kit.
You do have 3 potions of climbing already.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
the smoky one.
If it's a 10 and a 0, is that 100?
That is 10. It needs to be 3 zeros to be 100.
3 zeros? What? Fine, it's a stupid 10. I'm going to go with a 100, but it's a stupid 10.
And a health potion pops up.
Are you kidding me? You got swindled hardcore. Send them both back and say, no, try again.
Can I try again, please?
What, you did not like my services?
I already have 3
I'm
of
just
these.
like,
You said you were going into a dangerous situation, and I know that you're in some caves. The potion of climbing could be very helpful to you, and
What-
the health
tell-
potion could be very
Tell
helpful
me
to you
about
as
the
well.
health potion. I already have multiple bottles of climbing. So how good is this health potion?
Better be freaking
it's-
gold.
It's just a normal health potion, an average one, a basic one. But you know what? I like you, so I'll upgrade it to a greater health potion for you.
I guess that's what I'm taking then.
Good sir, I'm good sir. Now, remember, if you do not use it within the 24-hour period, it will disappear.
Okay.
So make sure you get in a little scruffle or two to...
I'm literally feet away from beating up some goblins and some bears.
Oh,
so.
how exciting. I hope you find
Yeah, that's
something
why I was
valuable.
hoping for something a little more, Swindell.
Well, the more money you invest, the more possibilities will happen.
don't have more money to invest right now.
Oh, but you are a true adventurer. I'm sure you will find some values.
All right, thank you. Click.
Okay, bye. Do you walk back?
Huh?
You walk back?
Yep.
You ready to go?
Oh,
Can we go now? Can we go now?
Bottle in my hand.
How's the hammer?
You guys are still fussing with it.
Okay.
I wish I had a good smith right now. I could fix this right up.
Henley's probably over there trying to finagle something too.
So now it's 2 dwarves and an elf.
So if they're gonna continue
Half-elf.
doing that, I'm just gonna walk off and be like, gotta get stuff done, guys. We
Hey,
gotta
let's
get stuff done."
go.
Okay.
Yep, we're going now.
Yeah, we're headed.
So during this time, it's been a few minutes, of course. Roscoe going to talk, trying to get everybody collected, sharing information. Would it be fair to say that it's been about 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Give or
15, 20
take.
minutes.
15,
Yeah.
20
15.
minutes?
15.
15?
Give it a solid 15.
15.
It's a good number.
Okay. I thought you said 50 per second.
50. It's been 50 minutes.
Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, and you guys start heading down that same tunnel. Boudreaux, it seems during this course of traveling through this while, you just randomly hear that Nothic in your mind, like little chuckles and laughs, and you kind of look over and you see him still gesturing. But then, like, even if you tried to get somebody's attention and be like, look, it's gone by the time. And it's through little caverns here. Sometimes he'll be up on a ledge and do it. But it doesn't seem to make sense, the directions, because he's always coming from your left and trying to tell you to go left. He's coming from the right and telling you to go right. Like, it's kind of confusing, the directions, where it's not like always come to the left, come to the left, come to the left, come to the left, come to the left. It's always, he's up in the air, he's gesturing you to come to the air. He's down underneath you, he's gesturing you to go underneath.
So it's not necessarily where we're going then.
Not necessarily. Sometimes it's down the tunnel that you guys need to go. Sometimes it's down totally a different direction, or a place that you can't even get to.
And nothing's happening with the gourd? Because he's definitely holding
Every
on to
time
it.
it appears, you feel that warmth again on that gourd.
Okay.
So as you guys are traveling, you get the split off tunnels and stuff. You guys are kind of tracking. I need people to make survival checks to try and keep the idea. People in front will have, good ones, but the farther behind people are, the harder it is, because you have 3 or 4 people walking in front of you, and the trail is going to get lost for people who are in the back trying to follow the trail. So definitely more of the people in the front. So we'll say the first 4 will have no disadvantages to their rolls, but if you're trying to find it in the back, you're going to have disadvantages.
Are we not just following the map?
If you're trying to catch up with goblins, that's what I'm saying.
So for front, we have advantage on the rolls, or just normal?
Just
rolls?
normal.
Okay.
People in the back would have disadvantage. I need to know how well you're following them, so I can set up another scene here soon.
So are we at any point disengaging from where the map tells us to go?
I need to know if you can follow the footsteps first.
Okay.
Because if you guys lose the trail, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But if you guys are following the trail and they do go off a different direction, that's when you have a choice. What do you do?
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Gotcha,
Me
gotcha,
and
gotcha.
Henley
Nailed
are good at tracking.
I also have a +4, so.
So yeah, just let me know
I have a
who.
+7.
I have a +6.
So you 3 are in the front.
What do you have?
And you guys know
I have a
Hurla's,
+3.
Hurla's pretty decent at it as well.
We'll go Hurla and these 3.
So Henley,
That one.
Boudreaux, Roscoe, Hurla. Okay, roll me some survivals.
I got an 11.
Okay,
Did you want me to roll at disadvantage? Or just let them roll?
if you want to keep an eye out, roll at disadvantage,
Yeah.
because you would be the 5th
Step,
one,
step,
and so
footsteps
everybody
after
steps
footsteps.
in front of you would be.
I am
you're-
focused, and I got a dirty 20 to track.
Correct. Henley,
Is this survival or stealth?
survival,
Oh,
because
then
you're trying to
it's an
keep
11.
tracks. Okay. Hurla rolled a natural 20.
Phew, thank goodness we have her.
And eventually, the path does deviate from when the goblins are traveling. Because I imagine you guys are trying to be quiet, not trying to startle anything, even though they got a good head start. You guys aren't necessarily making progress.
Well, it
on
bounces
them.
off, sound bounces off walls and stuff. So
Right.
yeah.
Because every now and then you can hear the thumping and stuff, and you're assuming that it might be the bugbears.
I would
their
say
armor.
I say we follow the map.
Yeah, we got to follow the map. We don't have time to follow the bugbears. Anyone else? And I'm going to look at Henley specifically because of her information. I'm like, we're on the time crunch, but we got to go that way, and they went that way. We got to go left, and they went right.
I'm gonna look at her and say, Joanna, she's still back there.
We did let Avalon know of what's happening, so it's not like that whole area is going to be completely in the dark.
Let's finish what we came here to do.
Tally ho.
So you guys continue your travel onward. It has been almost about coming up on your 2 days of traveling. Your time is running very short. And you get to a position where the map has a dead end. As in, it stops. You have arrived. You guys can see a bunch of light coming through one of these cave entrances. As you guys sneak up to it, you can hear a little chibber-chabber between two of the comrades. Who is going to sneak up, or if anybody's going to sneak up and
Henley
scout?
will probably sneak up.
Okay. As you sneak up, you are surveying the room. So down the cavern, you see bright flames in an opening, and hear voices. As you get closer to the entrance, you can hear two male voices talking. They sound like they are standing right next to the entrance that you are near. Upon looking in, you see 6 armored men lounging around. A hooded, dark-robed being stands over 2 of what seems to be piles of hay and cloth, waving a staff over them. Near him, an elvish woman in robes as well, but her robes are brown, tied up and sitting in a chair, who you recognize as Rochelle. Against the far wall, you see a dwarf and a human tied up and bleeding, with a familiar woman next to them. You recognize her as Natlin, who is also beaten and bloody, with a lanky man in fancy clothing cleaning up her wounds. After about 25 feet away from her, you recognize 2 figures tied up, leaning against the wall, as Mendrick and Bellerin. So those are 2 extra people. The other dwarf and human, those are one of Natlin's people, just to make that clear. Near them, sitting in a chair, a large man with dark brown hair and a thick beard, in gaudy golden and silver heavy armor. He cleans and meticulously sharpens an ornate large sword. As you look in, you can assume, and correctly so, that he is Cloth Dez, the fallen paladin of Doldurn. And we'll tie it up right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed this little more of a talky episode, a little more lore, a little more intrigue, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Big shout out to D.A. Nichols for writing our songs and music here at Tomes of the Chaos Bard. If you would like to check out her TTRPG, check it out on drivethroughrpg.com. Shields of Power is her TTRPG. Also would like to give a super shout out to one of our fans, Kristen, who gave us some food. She came over and she actually fed us here. It was delicious, and thank you, Kristen, for being one of our super fans. We much appreciate it. We also like to thank Realmwalker, Monument Studios, freesound.org, and Tabletop Audio for additional songs and music. I am DM Dave, and to the right I have
Fenrir.
Roscoe.
Lila and Grotha.
Boudreaux.
And Henley.
And until next time, we unroll the scroll to tell the tale. Bye!
I see trees green.
But we're in a cave.
Wait, what'd you say?
Said red lilacs too.
Trees are green, red roses too.
I see them bloom.
I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces
Oh,
of people
halfling.
passing
That's
by.
the other one that I know.
What's the one?
Halfling.
Okay.
Wait, say that again so we can cut that out.
Okay. But I really liked it.